Race 9 on the card then at Happy Valley is a Class 2 contest over the 1200 metres. Really good lineup as well, headed by Will Power. Now, his 5 wins have been on the all-weather, but he has placed from his 2 goes here over course and distance. California Rad returning to his happy hunting ground as well, a 4-time course and distance with a Silver Fig on a hat-trick after winning his last 2 on the dirt. We got Handsome Bobo run up in his last 2 starts. Draws a gate though this week. Wind and Grass ever consistent. Lobo's Legend back from a little bit of a break. Guy Dragon 2 from 2 course and distance. Igniting, beaten favourite a couple of starts back, missed his last intended run. Snap Fit comes up in class for a strong win in Class 3. That was over the 1200 metres. An Invincible Missile eligible for a lower class of a mark of 80. They take the lightweight here, and Alex Lai in the saddle. Now again, the speed map first here, Mark, and as far as the pace is concerned, we're actually saying it's not going to be that frantic in the early stage. Does Igniting get it by himself?
He needs to, because reading the stewards report last time, Andrew, it was suggested that up in class he wasn't suited by the speed sitting outside him. So if he pushes forward, Paul, he's a different horse, which was reported in that stewards report. Handsome Bobo's been fractious in the gates but won a trial up at Chungfa. He's handy. What about your horse California Rad? You reckon he'll be third on the outside, or he might even try and push on and pressure Igniting?
I don't think he will. No, I think he'd be quite happy where if he lands there, he's going to be in a fantastic position. Lobo's Legend's coming back after a spell. Silver Fig's missed the start at a few starts, so have a look at Silver Fig. I think he might be a little bit further back with Hong Kong Bet and him swapping places. I think he can go there. Guy Dragon, now he gets back as well. He's going to need some luck from that draw.
So Igniting to lead, but yeah, the stewards report, they weren't disappointed with him last time, Andrew, Igniting, but the speed of class number 2 was the reason they thought he might have been brought undone, and he has missed that start since.
All right, OK. We'll have a look at some key races in a moment, but Lobo's Legend returns a bit of a break. So let's hear from his trainer, Paul O'Sullivan.
Paul, Lobo's Legend, he's returning from a fetlock injury. How is he?
Yeah, he's fine. He actually cracked his cannon bone. Sort of very early in the season, had a nice amount of time off, and subsequently he's had a trial, which I thought was good, and he's got a pretty good fresh record. 1200 metres could be a little bit short for him, but fresh up from a reasonably good gate, you can see him running a good race. 2
starts ago, he was able to win for you in Class 3 and then ran a good race on the dirt in Class 2. Is this a grade that he's capable of winning at, do you think? Well, I really haven't had him long enough to answer that. But a fair bit I'll learn a fair bit on Wednesday evening, but he can come back if necessary, and he'll be very competitive again. Derek Lung riding, he's in terrific form at the moment, Paul. Yeah, no, he's riding great, Derek. So he's got a baby on the way, that probably helps a bit. So no, he's going well. Your own form, 19 winners for the season, 31 last season. There's still about 20 meetings left to go. How do you feel the stable's going, Paul? Yeah, I think the stable's going OK for what we've got. The young horses, there'll be a lot we're ready to step out early next season that probably won't get to race this season. And amongst them, there's 3 or 4 that are shaping up really well. So, we'd like to get close to last year's target. There's plenty of time left. And then do you head into next season thinking that there's a bit to be optimistic about? Yeah, I come into every season being optimistic, You've got to be if you live here in Hong Kong, but no, next season will be fine.
Paul O'Sullivan chatting with Ed Sadler there at Track Work about Lobo's Legend. What about his rivals, though, Mark? Because we've got a couple of really smart horses, in particular this one we'll start with here in California Rad. Now, he's been at Sha Tin for his last few starts, but he's surely going to be happier back here at Happy Valley. Wind and Grass, ever consistent, gets back, stays on. And, well, Hong Kong Brett's worth considering, but this is a really good form line, this one, because Courier Wonder's the winner.
He is indeed. I won't go too deep into California Rad. We'll let Paul touch on him, but found a spot for Wind and Grass. He's only had 1 start in Class 2 at Happy Valley, and he did run second behind Massive Pocket, beaten a length and a half. He's got that wide draw to overcome, but he does love racing around the valley. But your boy Paul, California Rad, nicely placed here. Yeah, he should get a nice run, I think. I know it looks awkward on paper, barrier 10, but we saw that speed map with him. He just faded out a little bit late here. Look, he's had 11 starts over the course and distance, 4 wins, 3 seconds, 3 thirds, only been out of the money once. So you're going to get a good run.
All right. All weather here, but Silver Fig, this was some sort of performance from the back, flies home down the outside to get the win. Will Power back in 6th place, actually dead heats for 6th, and we got Hong Kong Bet once more trailing them in, but Silver Fig, Paul, switching surfaces. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think he's better on the all-weather, to be honest with you. He's had one start at Happy Valley. That's just the one go. He's drawn barrier number 2. Now, he has missed the start, so he won't want to really miss the start from barrier 2. But look, we know he's got a good turn of finish, and he did hit the line strongly here. Willpower, look, all his wins have been on the all-weather, but he has raced a couple of times at Happy Valley. The Apprentice Claim will definitely help him. Barrier 12 won't.
Yeah, left out Silver Fig, but he has won twice on the turf. They were both in Class 4, but I just think the bigger track of Shah Tin, even on the all-weather, is better suited to his racing style. All
right, bit to pick up here from the gates. Handsome Bobo eventually finishing second. We've got Willpower once more down here on the inside. He runs third. Shining Gem in the purple, eventually fifth. Hong Kong Bet, he's featured in just about every single one of these replays, hasn't he? And Igniting, who shows a fair bit of early dash igniting, but whether that cost him in the closing stages, I suppose, Mark, is open to debate.
That's the thing, and it's Class 2 again for him. Handsome Bobo's drawn a barrier, Andrew. He's in barrier number 3. He's had 11 and 10 when running second behind Racing Fighter and Kerpenny. And you can see around that first turn, he's a bit keen. He's got the head up. He's got Igniting in front of him, pushing on. He's done work here, Paul. He's been up to Chung Fa. He was fractious in the gates. If he jumps, he's going to be very hard to beat. Willpower's raced well at Happy Valley, but he's had good draws both times. Barrier 12 this week.
Yeah, I think Igniting wants to get to the rail. That's the key for that horse. And the one you're talking about, Handsome Bobo, look, he's drawn wide in his last couple of starts and had to work a bit. But he's at the top of his ratings. He's up at a rating of 88. But he's just going so well for the new stable at the moment. And he just hit the line strongly. So he's hard to leave out.
All right, last one we're going to have a look at is the last start winner, and this is Snap Fit. As we pick it up, he's a long way back here, but you just watch Alfie Chan, gives him a perfect ride, Paul, ducks back to the inside and gets it down the rail. Yeah, and that was the key for him, wasn't it? It was an absolute perfect run for the horse. There was a little bit of money from late, but he was still a decent price. You can see the rail opened up for him and he came through and he won nicely. So it was a good win. Whether he can do 2 in a row, I know he has run them in a row before, but second up, his record, he's been placed once.
He's a lightly raced 6-year-old and this is his first time in Class 2, so he's got no weight on his back with 116 pounds. That Sparkling Dragon, California Concord, it's not the worst race in the world, but he does have to find another length or 2 this week.
Yeah, he's won 4 of his 9 starts so far. It's a pretty good record, isn't it? And Alfie certainly enjoyed that one as well, but this is obviously a little bit harder. So what are you thinking here, Paul? I'm assuming California Rad for you?
Yeah, I am. I do like the horse, and coming back to Happy Valley over his favourite trip, I think is ideal. On paper, barrier 10, but we saw that speed map. I think he can get outside or just one back or in the 1-1, and if he does, I think he's going to be very tough to beat. Handsome Bobo from the lower draw, he'll run a really good race, there's no question there. I think he's in good form at the moment. Igniting needs to get to the front. I think that's the key for him. Guy Dragon, he's unbeaten in course and distance. He's drawn awkwardly, that's the query on him. I've got him in on a 4th line though, but I think the 2 can win this, 2, 5, 10 and 8.
Handsome Bobo, it's all about the draw. Barrier number 3 after having double-figured gates at his previous 2 starts. Been to Chung Fa, freshened up, comes back in good form. Been racing horses like Kerpenny and Racing Fighter. California Rad, 4-time winner around here at Happy Valley, and he has carried big weight in the past. Wind and Grass is going to like coming back to Happy Valley, and Willpower, despite the draw, he is 2 for 2 on the grass at Happy Valley. 5-2, 6 and 1.
Yeah, 5 and 2 for me as well. Handsome Bobo, I think from that gate, probably the one to beat.